topic I sort of thought of when you were explaining about your job. You were talking about creating comfortable spaces for people to express themselves and stuff. And I think what mental health and arts have in common is that by many in society, their value is overlooked. People think that, medicine in the sense of doctors giving you, flu medicine or repairing a broken arm has more value intrinsically than arts or mental health. And the interesting thing is, I know some people here in Singapore who work with young children with disabilities and stuff. And it's really cool. And when I visited their center, they have all these play areas for people with motoric disabilities. I suppose you say motoric disability, or sometimes it's a delay in motoric development. So they have these big mats and play areas, and the funny thing was, all the people that I was with, which was my colleagues, we all went and we immediately started playing and jumping on these contraptions that are for this development, getting motor skills. And when you were talking about creating this safe space and getting people settled into society, into different groups and stuff, it reminded me of a book called Homo Ludens, which means the playing man. It's by a Dutch historian / he's like a cultural expert, I suppose. It's written in like 1938. I think it's 1938. Anyway, early 1900s. And this guy, Johan Huizinga is his name, or if I was to say that in English, Johan Huizinga, but Huizinga is his real name. So he wrote this book, and it's all about the importance of play, not just as children, but as adults. And he theorized that as robots started to take over our jobs more and more, which is happening in our day and age, more and more people should be having more and more free time, and they need to know how to occupy that free time with hobbies and states of play. And I was just wondering, have you heard of this guy? He was a big deal in my bachelor degree. Didn't hear about, but he's Dutch, so it might be because I was studying in the Netherlands. Don't know if he's very popular outside of the Netherlands. So I was wondering if you heard of him, and maybe we could have a little chat about what the ideas are there. But in my belief, and I guess knowing about him kind of shaped my view on it, I believe that adults need to engage in play in a social sort of way just as much as children do, but in a different form. So children, it's more imaginative and immersive, and for adults it's maybe not so much, but they still need to engage in play as adults, and they need to learn how to entertain themselves independent of an activity. And to loop that all back, I believe that mental health and arts can really join forces in that sense, in giving people spaces to express themselves, which can be very artistic, but also giving them space to develop their mental health. Even mentally healthy people, I believe that the natural state of the mind is psychic entropy, which is from a guy called Flo Mihai, Csikszentmihalyi, another great book if you haven't read it. And he theorizes that the basic state of people's minds is entropy, and they need to learn to control that entropy. And you can do so, I believe, through artistic expression and play, because those forms are perhaps less rigid than strict discipline, and they might teach you how to cope with your psychic entropy. So even healthy adults still have chaos in their mind, and they can learn to control that through artistic expression and learning about mental health and basically having honest chats with themselves and others. So yeah, just wondering what your thoughts were on that, and that's all from me. Peace!